performing basic yes or no questions in English. She is reading a book. Question: is she reading a book? They went to the beach yesterday. Question: did they go to the beach yesterday? He plays the guitar very well. Question: does he play the guitar very well? The cat is sleeping on the couch. Question: is the cat sleeping on the couch? We visited the museum last weekend. Question: did we visit the museum last weekend? She ate pizza for dinner. Question: did she eat pizza for dinner? The dog barks loudly at strangers. Question: does the dog bark loudly at strangers? They are watching a movie together. Question: are they watching a movie together? He finished his homework early. Question: did he finish his homework early? She is studying for her exams. Question: is she studying for her exams? We enjoyed the concert last night. Question: did we enjoy the concert last night? He speaks 3 languages fluently. Question: does he speak 3 languages fluently? The flowers bloom in spring. Question: do the flowers bloom in spring? They are cooking dinner in the kitchen. Question: are they cooking dinner in the kitchen? She bought a new car last month. Question: did she buy a new car last month? He listens to music while exercising. Question: does he listen to music while exercising? The children play in the park every afternoon. Question: do the children play in the park every afternoon? We are planning a vacation to Europe. Question: are we planning a vacation to Europe? She dances ballet on weekends. Question: does she dance ballet on weekends? He drives a blue car. Question: does he drive a blue car? They arrived late for the party. Question: did they arrive late for the party? She wears glasses to read. Question: does she wear glasses to read? We watched a fireworks display on New Year's Eve. Question: did we watch a fireworks display on New Year's Eve? He cooks delicious meals for his family. Question: does he cook delicious meals for his family? They study together at the library. Question: do they study together at the library? She runs in the park every morning. Question: does she run in the park every morning? We went hiking in the mountains last summer. Question: did we go hiking in the mountains last summer? He rides his bike to work. Question: does he ride his bike to work? The birds chirp in the early morning. Question: do the birds chirp in the early morning? She volunteers at the local shelter. Question: does she volunteer at the local shelter? They play soccer every Saturday. Question: do they play soccer every Saturday? He swims in the pool during the summer. Question: does he swim in the pool during the summer? We visited the zoo last month. Question: did we visit the zoo last month? She paints beautiful landscapes. Question: does she paint beautiful landscapes? He enjoys playing video games. Question: does he enjoy playing video games? They go for a walk after dinner. Question: do they go for a walk after dinner? She practices yoga in the mornings. Question: does she practice yoga in the mornings? We have a barbecue in the backyard. Question. Do we have a barbecue in the backyard? He studies late at night. Question. Does he study late at night? She sings in the school choir. Question. Does she sing in the school choir? They take their dog for a walk. Question. Do they take their dog for a walk? He rides the bus to work. Question. Does he ride the bus to work? We bake cookies on weekends. Question. Do we bake cookies on weekends? She plays the piano at recitals. Question. Does she play the piano at recitals? He helps his neighbors with gardening. Question. Does he help his neighbors with gardening? They go camping in the summer. Question. Do they go camping in the summer? She practices meditation for relaxation. Question. Does she practice meditation for relaxation? We go shopping for groceries every Sunday. Question. Do we go shopping for groceries every Sunday? He fixes things around the house. Question. Does he fix things around the house? She watches the sunrise every morning. Question. Does she watch the sunrise every morning? They plant flowers in the garden. Question. Do they plant flowers in the garden? He attends karate classes twice a week. Question. Does he attend karate classes twice a week? We host dinner parties for friends. Question. Do we host dinner parties for friends? She takes photographs as a hobby. Question. Does she take photographs as a hobby? He reads bedtime stories to his children. Question. Does he read bedtime stories to his children? They go on picnics in the park. Question. Do they go on picnics in the park? She practices the violin for an hour every day. Question. Does she practice the violin for an hour every day? We go to the beach to watch the sunset. Question. Do we go to the beach to watch the sunset? He plays basketball with his friends. Question. Does he play basketball with his friends? She volunteers at a local soup kitchen. Question. Does she volunteer at a local soup kitchen? They go for bike rides on weekends. Question. Do they go for bike rides on weekends? He bakes bread from scratch. Question. Does he bake bread from scratch? We attend concerts in the park during the summer. Question. Do we attend concerts in the park during the summer? She practices the flute in the evenings. Question. Does she practice the flute in the evenings? They go fishing at the lake. Question. Do they go fishing at the lake? He takes his children to the zoo. Question. Does he take his children to the zoo? We go for hikes in the mountains. Question. Do we go for hikes in the mountains? She knits sweaters for her family. Question. Does she knit sweaters for her family? They go to the gym to exercise. Question. Do they go to the gym to exercise? He plays chess with his grandfather. Question. Does he play chess with his grandfather? We go to the farmer's market on weekends. Question. Do we go to the farmer's market on weekends? She practices calligraphy as a hobby. Question. Does she practice calligraphy as a hobby? They go bird watching in the forest. Question. Do they go bird watching in the forest? He volunteers at a homeless shelter. Question. Does he volunteer at a homeless shelter? We go ice skating in the winter. Question: do we go ice skating in the winter? She practices martial arts for self-defense. Question: does she practice martial arts for self-defense? They go for a jog in the park. Question: do they go for a jog in the park? He plays board games with his family. Question: does he play board games with his family? We go to the movies on Friday nights. Question: do we go to the movies on Friday nights? She volunteers at an animal shelter. Question: does she volunteer at an animal shelter? They go for walks along the beach. Question: do they go for walks along the beach? He practices photography as a hobby. Question: does he practice photography as a hobby? We go to the amusement park in the summer. Question: do we go to the amusement park in the summer? She takes her dog to obedience classes. Question: does she take her dog to obedience classes? They go stargazing at night. Question: do they go stargazing at night? He volunteers at a community center. Question: does he volunteer at a community center? We go horseback riding on weekends. Question: do we go horseback riding on weekends? She practices archery as a sport. Question: does she practice archery as a sport? They go on road trips during vacations. Question: do they go on road trips during vacations? He takes his children to the playground. Question: does he take his children to the playground? We go camping in national parks. Question: do we go camping in national parks? She practices ballet for several hours a day. Question: does she practice ballet for several hours a day? They go skiing in the winter. Question: do they go skiing in the winter? He volunteers at a local food bank. Question: does he volunteer at a local food bank? We go to art galleries on weekends. Question: do we go to art galleries on weekends? She takes cooking classes to improve her skills. Question: does she take cooking classes to...
Hey,